Alrighty, this is gonna be Phoenix Wright part. Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations Part 10. We're gonna be joined by Shibbuu on the mic. Let me get that in here. Co-op. Hi, Bubbas.
Hello.
Whoa, whoa. You want to bring the mic close to your mouth?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
God damn. Alright, once we left off, this is the beginning of... yeah, episode 4, Turnabout Beginning. I think. Yep, that'll do it.
Did you start the stream?
Ah, good call. Now I did. Shut up! Come closer and I'll kill her! Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance.
My guns.
Don't worry, I've got it.
My guns.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Wow.
Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them.
Okay.
Bang! Try to shoot them in the back. But I don't run so good either. Anyway,
it was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Kidnapping, murder, death penalty. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Strap in. After escaping Falls, met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. All right, I promise. Are we time traveling again? February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Nah, it's a girl, Bubba. It's Bent Neck Lady.
It's not Bent Neck Lady.
It is.
It can't be.
Yep, you're Bent Neck Lady.
I don't even... I'm uncomfortable. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek! Ah, good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody.
Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try and relax him. So why did you escape anyway?
I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie, and I didn't escape from nowhere.
But, Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry. I told a little lie.
Oh boy.
But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right?
I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked. You gotta believe me. I tell you, that woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed.
Oh, jeez. Well, that sounds like the legal system.
Then, about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. Balls. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. Did he meet with the victim?
But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, you should.
Huh. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy.
Why are you here?
It's Goodell. I came to see how our little kitten is doing all alone in the big scary light. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Where is Mr. Grossberg?
That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney in Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me?
No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though.
Huh. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
Is it pain? I hope it's pain. However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
Genius?
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time.
Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice...
Alright, I'm gonna have to amend the voice.
I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth.
February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. It's the boyfriend!
Oh my goodness.
I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. Guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Shut the fuck up, you boomer. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her... Oh wait, that's your line.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death?
You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl who threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly a horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. One might say it prolapsed. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony?
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throwing his young victim into the river. I love that, Sharky, you replied to a reply of yourself, so now it's just you replying to yourself that there can only be one. That is just beautiful. I love it. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in it are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago with only one thing on his mind: to take revenge against the woman who convicted. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor.
Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
Oh, yeah.
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you.
Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional, or just pull yourself off in the bathroom. Let's get this over with. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Now, Detective, tell us about the incident.
Oh, yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. He was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Oh, yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge. It's an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
I see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as I thought you were some hoser. I forgot the judge was Canadian, eh?
Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready.
Are you getting ready?
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked me to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, will the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. I'm gonna call you this when you're trying to go to sleep tonight, because I know it absolutely just infuriates you. You keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I'm not trembling. It's cold in here.
Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, especially for a beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here.
You got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got. Kitten.
I'm fucking... It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night watching.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet.
This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
What? The defendant? The defendant called her?
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, a top secret memo that she left on her desk.
According to this note, it seems that no one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
By co-attorney, do you mean me, Sharky? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person.
Armando!
Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that trap?
There's a trap!
You've activated my trap card.
I place myself face down and end my turn.
With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
Alright, let's take a look at this note. There's a scale on this, that's important. Gumshoe sounds like he vapes way too much. I don't know what you're on about. Shut up. Bridge, wear white scarf for ID, talk to Dahlia. Okay, who the fuck is Dahlia?
Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Foles.
A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there?
Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why.
What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage.
Why did you kill the hostage?
And then the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Foles.
Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic.
And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir.
Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great! We even got to say, "Don't move, we've got you surrounded."
Wait a sec. Isn't there something weird about that?
The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly?
Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right?
If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed.
He never mentioned a phone call from Mr. Foles, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive.
I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone?
Bubba, can I go on record for saying I bet Gumshoe has a massive dork? It's like
Is a massive dork or has a massive dork?
just massive hog.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a deflated football or an empty
He's slinging mad dick.
mad
Yes.
ding dong. You know he is. He's got that dumb himbo energy.
The criminal stuffed her body into the trunk of his car and tried to make a getaway.
Wait, how the fuck do you get a car?
Mr. Falls had a car then?
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car thieves? Not sure how I feel about car thieves.
Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne there.
Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Like fucking in the backseat of a Volkswagen.
The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah.
Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here?
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Here's a photo of the trunk. But I don't see anything strange. Do you? Anyway.
No, I'm wearing a scarf. Let me double check myself there.
Oh yeah, because it said a white scarf. Witness! Bum, bum.
What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever actually had to address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. You want a piece of my guffy candy?
Candy?
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. You're a real boy.
That means penis.
Detective,
Yes, ma'am.
this photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at that note written by the victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching so desperately for? Is it this one, perchance?
Ah,
Where did you find that, sir?
On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
Why didn't you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. This is not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time.
The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Ms. Faye?
Boy, I would like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Ms. Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed mate on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Everything is moving at his whim. Sorry, apparently can't read.
Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
Ding. A genius, huh?
Yes, the genius that is outwitted by Phoenix Trite on multiple occasions, and definitely is the power bottom of the relationship. Yo, what's up, Spectrum? How are you, friendo? What's going on with you? Alright.
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. How convenient. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir.
Phoenix Wright is definitely the top. He's a fumbling top. He needs guidance. That's why Miles is the power bottom. Do I need to explain this relationship dynamic to you, Demon? What game's that?
It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and then he stabbed her in the back.
Deer Simulator. You purred a little oh wait, that's Deer Hunter. Never mind. Shoutouts to Ned Beatty.
That must have been when the scarf fell off.
Looking at this photo, I need Bordy to come in here and do the Canadian accent.
You really get the sense that this bridge is very high up, eh?
It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Yo, take care, Spectrum. Have a terrific night, dude. Thanks for popping on by. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Well, let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Ah, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. It's totally not set up. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. They fucking. Ah! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty.
Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet.
I like that Mia has slowly become a hick.
Well, the judge done been from 3 different places already tonight.
With those eyes. Brandon!
What do you mean,
Actually, there was an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place.
Who is this eyewitness?
She's a college student.
A female college student?
That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all.
Who's the mean?
The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? Oh boy, I hope she's wearing plaid.
Anyway, Brody's a hoser. It means she's female and a college student, sir.
If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. But please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question.
This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir.
The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So, about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way out in the mountains?
He was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently.
There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live.
Just the spirits. Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately, so it's a little hard to see what's going on.
Drizzling, huh?
That drizzle!
That's right, there was a light rain coming down. The whole place was rather dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now.
Blink.
Blinking intensifies.
Looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog.
I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back.
They're facing each other, though.
I mean, that doesn't really mean he can't. It was a slippery bridge. I'm not a fucking lawyer.
I am.
So, at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
Is it your tremendous gazongas?
Yes.
But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
She's dry.
Baba.
Oh, it's me. Sorry. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. I'm staring at the photo. Sorry.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit?
Her hair isn't wet.
What?
Her hair isn't wet.
Oh, she got stabbed in the back.
Yeah, but they said it's rainy and foggy and soggy, and she's not wet. Her hair's not wet.
Okay, but if she was pushed from behind and stabbed in the back, and it's wet and dirty and her scarf is muddy, what else would be wet and dirty and muddy?
I mean, the whole front of her, but I don't know. I went with the hair because I did. Naturally, the answer is right around here, I think.
Well, Mr. Redworth, it seems to me that Miss Faye could use a trunk herself.
What?
One that she could hide all her bitter memories from this trial in, that is. You truly are a genius. A genius of sarcasm and wordplay.
Oops. It looks like I really put my foot in my mouth that time.
I was probably like off, like an inch.
Telling you it's the hair.
Just relax, lick your wounds clean, and then go after him again, kid. No matter how bitter the memory, it can never be as bitter as dark black coffee.
Alright, Mia, you've got to think harder this time.
Now then, let me ask you one more time. Nah, I fucked it. Why is it giving me shit? Give me the coat. Damn, I suck at this game. Okay, is it not the coat demon? Am I just like not hitting the exact pixel that it needs? Time to save, scum. Oh, there we go. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusty bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should be covered in mud.
That's exactly right. The other day, I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard would be pride of the legal league. It would be wet, but not muddy. I fucked that up. Whatever. Fortunately, I have yet to test that, so your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge, huh?
A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
Neither would a real woman.
Girls have penises, boys have
Of course I
vaginas.
can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The evidence is this scarf.
Ah,
It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
no, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Hey, same to you, buddy.
That's power bottom buddy to you. Ms. Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at the explanation in this case. Maybe, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
Huh. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten.
I'm gonna throw up. Mr. Armando?
By the way, this is sexual harassment. No matter what he says, contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that she stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence is one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it.
This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes. The false evidence in this case here is the... It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that the testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah. That's what the witness told us.
That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
Yo, Proxy, that sucks ding-dongs, dude. I'm sorry. You doing okay?
That's true.
No. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place.
Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Yeah, get fucked.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all.
You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time.
Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
Yo, best of luck, homie. Hopefully you get luckier than we do.
Kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
Now, let's proceed with the testimony, eh? I got a game to catch. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation?
Oh, this cunt.
Oh no! This is the southern bitch. Never mind. I'm switching it up. Everyone is so silent that I can hear the hearts going pitter-patter.
Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it?
What is this bitch going for?
You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. They're called Timbits, you fucking... Oh wait, that's copyright. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite.
Hey, not so fast.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You're a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir?
Yes, my dear?
This is my first time, and I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
Not at all. It's no trouble. Not at all.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation?
Yeah, it's Glorious something, occupation.
Cunt.
Ski hoe?
That hoe over there.
Is she a ski hoe? Bubba?
Why is the judge becoming Kermit? Oh, he's becoming Canadian, eh? He's Canadian. Cut him a break, Corey.
My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one that took the photo? Is this accurate? How can you be so mean?
Now see here. What are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous.
Next time, I'll be forced to penalize you.
Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Blinking viciously. Is she staring at me?
She wants to fuck.
Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are...
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
Melissa wants smash.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed that there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? Yeah, Gloria or something. I don't fucking know what her name is.
I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh ho ho, what a cute camera. Just like its owner, eh?
Hate being Canadian.
Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come.
Oh ho, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly.
Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor?
Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am.
Are you? Getting.
It looked like they were having a real serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom.
He's a voyeur. Got it. Well noted. All right.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much info, Your Honor.
Yo, this dude's such a fucking hoser. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Ms. Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level.
That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment.
Uh-huh, and that's where the weird shit starts happening.
Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
Oh. My apologies, young lady, but Ms. Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl.
Same.
I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one. What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wild flowers, in February, on the top of a mountain.
Herself. Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So, you took the photos of yourself.
Damn, selfie game strong.
Fuck a selfie stick.
I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
Please, no details.
It seems that Ms. Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait, just a minute.
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh?
Ms. Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo? Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
Huh. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but
No, she didn't. There's a fucking scale right there. If the incident happened at the cross, where's she running? Fucking bridge is collapsed. Get the fuck out of here.
witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just...
Ms. Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were two contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well, then...
She would have hit a dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusty Bridge is collapsed on that side.
Whoa! What does this all mean?
It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it.
So you're saying...
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous.
You can't actually tell from the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented this evidence.
That sounds like some shiesty business.
That guy's good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He's so full of shit his eyes are turning brown and everyone believes him. He planned it all from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward.
Doesn't even smoke crack. What is up with that? Well, Ms. Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No, it wasn't your fault. At all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish, once and for all, what it is that the witness actually saw.
Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir.
Yes, bitch.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms.
Well, that's a dramatic change.
Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
Press X to doubt, friends.
I'm sorry, I'm supposed to talk about what I saw.
Big, glaring, obvious problem there.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're
Don't say that.
oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, Ms. Faye, your cross-examination, if you please.
The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack.
No digital cameras, I guess, because it's probably like early 2000s.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms.
That's not it.
Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden.
Baloney.
A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
2013.
Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about that river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah,
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found.
digital cameras I don't think were super popular then, or accessible really. Probably not for college.
If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water.
Order, order, order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit, it does seem very odd not to have thrown the body into the river.
Oh,
Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
what are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw.
Quite true. True! Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all.
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car.
That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us.
Ugh.
Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about? All right, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
Bullshit. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake.
A crucial mistake? Like what, Ms. Fee?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Ugh. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could have not possibly seen the killer's car.
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. But the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Yo, what's up, Annie? Thank you for the raid. How are you, friendo? Objection! What's up, Vive? Welcome to the stream. New Pokemans? Yo, take care, Demon. Take care, take care. Need a minute or two, Bobbers?
I was just gonna get some ice cream. But
What?
we can finish what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, we're having an awesome stream. We took back, well, we improved Final Fantasy 15 world record on the 5th anniversary. Dan's gonna hand out a sub to Hiragashu Gaming. Super appreciate it, Dan. I prefer...
Objection!
I forget that dude's actual name. I think it was Francisca's dad. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all having a terrific time. Hey, I saw your new emotes too. They look absolutely adorable. Yeah, Manfred von Karma. All right, Bubba's ready?
Ready. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
Anyway, for those who are new to the stream, I'm Kios. I'm mainly a speedrunner. Tonight is Monday night. We do Phoenix Wright occasionally, like tonight. We are joined by my partner on the microphone. She is going to be doing the female voices. I'll be taking on the male counterparts. Yeah, I saw. That's kind of how it goes. I actually have a couple more emotes coming in soon, which is exciting as well. If you're interested in what we do a lot of RPGs, JRPGs, speedruns. Definitely give us a check out on the Discord and the YouTube if you want to catch up on this series and any of the other very long games we have played through. The judge is Canadian. Order in the court. What's the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have been remembering things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
True.
True.
Yeah, so this is the final case of Trials and Tribulations, but it's like a year before Mia and Phoenix met. So it's like another flashback. Ms. Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect, except me. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. And as they say in Philadelphia, fuck around and find. To fuck around is human, to find out is divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here.
What? That's not fair.
Huh. Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So, tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk?
Aha!
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. That guy is definitely a Discord mod or a groomer. Ugh. Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
Same thing. Jesus fucking Christ. True. Like, it is kind of cringy even saying it. Like, I've been with Shelby for 5.5, going into 6 years now. Is it that long? Is it longer than that? Yeah, it's 5.5 years.
July of this year was 6.
Damn, 6. Because 6 going into 7 years. I'm old. Forgive my horrible memory. But like,
Jeez.
I don't think I've ever called you kitten. It just feels like something like a 30-year-old dude like myself would say to like a 17-and-a-half-year-old.
It makes me want to throw up in my mouth a lot.
Yeah, like it makes my balls shrink a little bit. What? Let me see the photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Ms. Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere?
Yes.
Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her.
Gotcha, bitch!
Gotcha, bitch.
Huh. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Ms. Flay, Ms. Flay, Ms. Bobby Flay, Ms. Flay explained herself. That's John Cena. You can't see him.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was...
This bitch guilty. Yo, yeet.
There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches.
Yeah? What is it?
Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
Damn.
He needs some milk.
That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one who put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
He stole the car from a couple. Easy peasy. To be fair though, like if I could have like a just sparkle effect about all the time, that would be pretty cool. Bubba, would you still love me if I was sparkling?
I'm having Twilight PTSD.
Okay, no, not like douchey gay vampires. I mean, I can be a douchey gay
By a
vampire.
constant cloud of glitter, I would love you.
Not like glitter, but just like occasionally when the sun's right, I would just like sparkle.
I'm here for it.
That
I
is
support you.
that is a very, very fabulous queer power. I like it. Also, tooting rainbows would be pretty funny too.
He stole the car.
Car was running. He stole it from a red light.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
I'm ahead of the game. I'm just like playing Life is Strange again.
Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk.
Objection! Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs.
Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this.
Finish him.
On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. To think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may have not been pushed by Miss Foster herself.
Has a timer function.
Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we?
Yeah, so I haven't had that issue, Dan. I've definitely had like cars that have different ignition key and different door keys. My motorcycle, actually, I had a spare key cut, and it's the same exact key from the factory, but for some reason, it does not start my bike. It opens the gas tank and like the rear seat, but it will not work with the ignition.
It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod.
That's what they call me. Not gonna laugh at that one. Baba!
I refuse. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
Nah, Dusty is from 2006. They didn't start shipping cars until like what, the 2010s. And most motorcycles now, even if they're either like a wireless key, like a RFID thing, and I don't know if they're chipped anyway. Objection! What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Ms. Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field.
Would the defense please explain further?
Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Ms. Foster when the incident occurred? Answering that question will also make clear Ms. Foster's true identity.
Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred?
Naturally, the witness was right here.
But that's where the victim, Ms. Hawthorne, was standing.
Or was she?
Order! 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 Ms. Faye, what on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After partying with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
Objection! How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection! What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. And I stream on Twitch. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in federal penitentiary.
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 Oh yeah, we sent him down to the penitentiary.
He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You're just making this up as you go along. Where is your proof?
I've got it all right. Piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. This muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No.
Oh, she fucking blew away.
Where's Ms. Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as a victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Huh.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood.
Very well. This court is in recess.
Hey, GG, Bubbers. I think we'll call it here for Phoenix Wright, because I don't think we'll get through the next chunk of this. I have no idea. Demon's not here to answer how long it is, but I assume it is not a short one. You want to call it here, Bubbers?
I don't know.
Because it is after 12 o'clock, so.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay. We shall save it here. Yeah, it's all good, Sharky. No worries. So that'll be part 10 of Phoenix Wright, the voice-acted saga. I guess I'll just wrap up with like a little bit of perhaps some Genshini Weenie, unless there's something else y'all would like to see for the next like 30-ish